Right. Now, all being well, you should be... Oops. Should be able to see me. Now, I thought I'd do a tiny weeny video about the upcoming occasions this weekend and just put them sort of into perspective, really. Today's date is Friday the 13th, and a lot of people consider it unlucky. Now, the origins of that are somewhat sort of hazy. The number 13 in numerology has always been sort of a bit unbalanced. 12 is thought of as sort of perfection, 13 is sort of, you know, not quite so good. It also has connections sort of indefinitely in the north and the old sort of Baltic regions. However, one of the most dramatic things that happened on a Friday the 13th was during the Middle Ages, during the 1300s, and what happened was Rome was sort of in the middle of fighting crusades, and they had invested a lot of wealth and a lot of experience into a sect known as the Knights Templar, who basically looked after the people who were the pilgrims who were sort of going to visit places that could be dangerous, could be in sort of war zones, places like that. And they grew in strength and they grew in wealth so much that by the 1300s they were rivaling and they were upsetting some of the sort of kings in Northern Europe. And on the 13th, it was in October, and I forget the date, 13 something or other, early 1300s, there was a sort of, throughout the north of Europe certainly, a coordinated strike very early in the morning on all the sort of Templar haunts, so to speak, and they were sort of all arrested and many were executed. And that kind of ended that. So it was rather unlucky for them. I'm not superstitious myself, I do not care. Today was in fact quite a good day for me. It wasn't brilliant, but then I don't usually have brilliant days, so nothing new there. The next date, of course, is tomorrow, which is the 14th of February, known as St. Valentine's Day. Now, would you believe it, St. Valentine's Day is not celebrated anymore by the Roman Catholic Church. There are many St. Valentines, and at one point in time they had a huge number of people who had been martyred and who they would celebrate, you know, a St. Valentine of whatever. But of course those sort of dwindled, and eventually they only had February the 14th. And if I remember rightly, there's at least 2, if not more, St. Valentine's sort of supposed to be celebrated on that day. They stopped it eventually because they don't know very much about St. Valentine, any of them. So, you know, I don't know whether they have any connection sort of with love or not. I imagine that at the moment it's just a big ploy to get people to spend money. It's never quite as good is an occasion like this when you're on your own, like myself, you know, or you've just ended a relationship or something like that, because you have nobody to buy for, and you see all these sort of fantastic things, you know, gift ideas, flowers and stuff that perhaps you would buy, but you have nobody to buy for. So it's always a depressing day for me. At least it has no real religious significance. So we can all forget about it, can't we? At least that's what I'm going to do anyway. I've decided.